What's going on, awesome agents? This is your Market Center Tech Trainer, Jacob Seeley, and I wanted to give you just a workflow explanation of how DocuSign is set up to help you avoid frustrations later, and just explain sort of why it is the way it is. So some of you may have used DocuSign and noticed that once you bring in these blue DocuSign forms, they are in for good. So if I was to try to add another version of this form, you'll see that it's in use and it's not going to let me add that in. The reason for that is because it's redundant to bring in multiple versions of the same document when this is going to be here throughout the process. And so, for example, this especially comes in handy when you're doing a purchase agreement. So let's say I write a purchase agreement for a property and we don't get the offer, then I have to write another one. In this market, usually you're writing highest and best offers, usually, and you're usually up against at least 3, if not 5, in some cases maybe 10 other offers, even right now at the time of this recording. So it's really great to be able to have a purchase agreement that already has my template information in there, and all I'm having to do is change out the property address. I'm still probably going to be using similar steps of like pass-fail inspections and X number of dollars over the asking price, et cetera, et cetera. So basically, I'm writing the same offer over and over again. And personally, this helped me in the summertime when I had to write 11 separate offers for a client before it stuck. And so it's a really good feature, and it avoids being redundant. So let me just show you how this plays out. So I'm going to, in this case, I'm just going to select all, and then I'm going to right-click. I'm going to create my envelope. And I want to show you what happens when you get them sent, because you might be saying like, well, if I send something for signature, I'm going to need a new version of that because it's going to be, signed. And so that's not the case. What happens in DocuSign is that you've got your blue form that DocuSign can read. Then you send that form out for signature. And once it is signed, a signed version is actually generated with a certificate. And so I'm not going to mess with this. Let's just call this test. Here are my docs. And the main thing is I just want to show you what happens. Oh, really quick. Always choose pre-tag roles. If you have these blue forms, then you'll have this option. This is the least amount of work. This is the most amount of work. And worst case scenario, if you don't choose this, the PCD is not going to work, which is the property condition disclosure for some of you newer agents. So in this case, I'm going to choose buyer agent. And there I am. That's selected. And that's all I'm going to do for this one. I'm not even going to really look at any of these documents because the whole point is just to show you the copy that's generated. Give me just a moment as we wait for DocuSign to load up. And then all I'm going to do is hit send. All right, I just got a notification on the app. So this needs my signature. I'm going to put this down here. I think that's probably the best place. As noted by the blue. I'm going to click sign. And this is the same process that your clients go through when they sign something. Oh, except for that they get it in their email and then they're prompted, from that screen. So we'll hit continue and start. And then I'm just going to let it take me through the document. Here we go. And finish. So once I'm done signing, the envelope is going to turn green. You could see that it was blue. And so you can see that it's been completed. And then if I go back to my documents, you can see that I've got a certification and all of my blue documents generated a green, or my blue forms generated a green document that it was signed. And so if I go to my wire fraud, you'll see there's a signature. Oh, just kidding. Of course, I picked the one that I didn't sign, but you can go to any of these and see a signature and then still go back and generate a new version if necessary.